Hey, so for all of us who aren't incels and we're wondering what BP meant because it's coming up again, it stands for black pilling. So it's not black pilling is like anything to do with race. Well, technically in a way, it actually does kind of have some racism in it. So it is this theory that men have, like, kind of like, you know, how they have the red pill and the blue pill and all of that stuff, like metaphors that incels come up with. Yeah, it's just a new version of that. It's this whole thing that women only care about like genetics, and your genetics decide if you're going to like be able to get laid and get a woman, basically. The whole concept is that it doesn't matter how smart you are, how much money you make or anything like that. Women are only interested in you based off your looks, and it doesn't matter if you get plastic surgery or anything because it's all based off genetics. Basically, they have this idealization that if you're either born with good genetics or you're not, and that's going to determine if you're going to be able to get a woman. When realistically, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Maybe not the stupidest. Incels have said some really other dumb stuff, but you know, I keep seeing this like floating around on my FYP and people not knowing what it is. Because a lot of us, when we hear BP, especially in the medical field, we all immediately think blood pressure. What are we talking about? Blood pressure. No, it's not blood pressure. That's not what that acronym stands for. I mean, it does, obviously, in the medical field, but BP to them is black pilling. It's really dark and disgusting. It's just another avenue of incels. A lot of the guys that use this won't call themselves incels. They'll still say like the whole, I'm an alpha male BS. Like when you want to think of black pilling, imagine the guy that goes, ooh, princess. Yeah, that's the kind of dudes that have the black pilling mindset. I apologize for the trauma that I just, you want the bunny back for your emotional support for what I just put you through. I'm sorry. Also, can we normalize talking about acronyms? Because I am constantly flooded with people who will ask, they'll DM me. Anytime they see a new word come up from like the incel and the neckbeard and those kind of, you know, the alpha males, they come to me. I get at least 20 freaking messages every week of people being like, hey, what is this term they're using? Because I do story times on them and I have been around them for so long that I've had to learn all of their acronyms. Also, fun little fact related to why so many men have this mindset that women only care about looks when they don't. Because there's been multiple studies showing that if women typically pay more attention to things like personality and that kind of stuff. Now, I am fully demisexual, but I'm not saying that every single woman's demisexual or anything, but there is statistics that show that women typically care more about personality, while men, a large portion of men, do care more about physical looks and your physical attraction to somebody rather than your emotional attraction. That is not to say that every guy is like a narcissist or like shallow or anything like that, but statistically speaking, there is a larger percentage of men who care more about physical attraction than women.